from since then, because his father had bought a small cart, and then he started the Rath Yatra during Jagannath Puri. Whenever the Rath Yatra was there, he also started this Rath Yatra with along with all his friends. When you have a friend who is a devotee, or who has good habits, or who has something nice, you also try to take that habits from the person who has good qualities. That's why you should always be with devotees, right? So he was also along with all his devotees, and along with him all other kids also joined him in worshipping the Jagannath deity, and they started doing all that Rath Yatra and all. And from childhood he was very much a great devotee, because his father, when we'll see how, if you are doing your devotional service, even though if you are not able to complete 100%, still if you are getting the next life, you would be born in a very good family, right, where all are the devotees, and you will get the opportunity to complete your devotion. Maybe Prabhupada also was like that. He also got that opportunity to complete it, because he had a mission, like his acharya had given him a mission to complete that. It was already predicted in the past that after 5,000 years, somebody would come who would preach Krishna consciousness all over the world, not only in India, it is all over the world. He preached. His guru instructed him to go to Western countries and preach Krishna consciousness. That he took up at the age of, in the 1965 he went to Western countries and started Krishna consciousness. In 1966, within a year, he laid the foundation of ISKCON movement, right? This is the deity from where this is been presented. This is ISKCON Mangalore, Shri Shri Radha Govinda. We may all take the blessings of Shri Shri Radha Govinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Please once chant, everybody.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you so much. Yes. So this is located in Mangalore. Many of must be already knowing this. This is Shri Shri Radha Govinda Temple near Coconut Garden Road, Kadri, okay, Mangalore. So this is our temple president, His Grace Namanishta Das Prabhuji. He is actually, he is from IIT Kanpur. He has done his engineering, and then he was working with Infosys. And after some time, he thought that no, he wanted to do bhakti, and finally he took full-time devotion, and he became the full-time devotee of Krishna. And then now he is the temple president there, and from him only, because from last year onwards, from almost 2 years, we are facing this corona pandemic. So he was teaching in schools, colleges and all. He was preaching very strongly. He was preaching, but then the colleges and all were not working, so he thought that let us do it online. So he took up that mission, and now it is almost 21st batch. This is the 21st batch which we are doing it. So this is Prabhupada, and his disciple is Jai Pataka Swamiji, His Grace Jai Pataka Swamiji, and he is his disciple. This time, many of them had gone to Mayapur, and they were fortunate enough to take the Diksha from Jai Pataka Swamiji, and he is his disciple, His Grace Namanishta Das Prabhuji. So what we are going to do is, we are just wanting to understand what is there in Bhagavad Gita. We are not that elevated souls or very devoted. We are trying to do it, right? We are taken up that steps. So it's welcome everyone. You have just taken up this. It's really a good mission that you are trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. So what is Bhagavad Gita? What does Bhagavad Gita mean? Anyone can tell me?
Song of Lord.
Yes, Song of Lord. Bhagavad and Gita. Gita is the song, right? So we can understand it has come from the lotus mouth of Sri Krishna, the God himself. The personally, when Krishna was present, that was he had spoken this. That's why it is called as Bhagavad. That is Bhagwan. And Geet, that is song, right? So it has come from the Lord Bhagwan, and that is the song, right? Krishna has it has come from Krishna. So it is that powerful. So Lord, when we want to get get instructions, when we want to get some guidance, we speak to Lord, right? So we have got this this Bhagavad Gita, so that we know what exactly, why we are born, what is the purpose of our life. It is not only to just have food, nice, enjoy, get some luxury items and enjoy your life. It is not like that, right? So if we are doing only that, what is the difference between other species and us? We have something additional, we have some other responsibilities which we have to do. It is not only getting good family, getting good job, education, getting money. That all is not the purpose, because when we go, where everybody in this material world, everybody has to go one day. So we know that whoever is born is going to die, right? That is the natural, even the small baby could know that, right? So that is the natural thing. It is going to happen to each one of us. So we should always be prepared for it, and how we can do it. And we should know the right mission of our life. So Bhagavad Gita is our life manual. It is not only in this life, we are just going through, we'll understand what exactly we have to do. So that is the life manual. When we like when we buy a new car or anything, like a new mobile or anything new, what we get with that, along with that, what we get is a manual, right? Similarly, when we are born, so the manual is already present, that is Bhagavad Gita. So through that we know how we have to lead your life. It is not like the other people keep on saying, oh, you should enjoy your life and all. It is not correct. That is not the right way. God never said that. Yeah. So Bhagavad Gita is the instructions which Lord has given to all of us. It is not only to Arjuna. He was the medium through which God wanted him to know that, and through him we are just trying to listen to him. We have to be very attentive and try to understand. We have to read Bhagavad Gita, and it is not like we are reading the storybooks. It should be very attentively and very carefully read. Yeah, it is when we read first time, no, it is really difficult to understand. If you keep on reading, no, you will get the realization. So it is not only once you are reading and you are just becoming the master of it. Even after so many times people read it, but still they have new realization every day. So we should always have faith, and we should try to read it very carefully. We all know this is a part of Mahabharata, right? It is not entire Mahabharata. Many of the people have that confusion that, oh, it is from Mahabharata. It is just a part of Mahabharata. It is the essence of Mahabharata. You can also say that, right? So this is the part of Mahabharata. That this war was between which, who are these two parties?
Ma'am, Kauravas and Pandavas.
Yes, very nice. And who is this?
Ma'am, Krishna and Arjuna.
Krishna, yes, Arjuna. So yes, so Lord is standing in the middle of the battlefield. So both the parties are like arranged. So they are just getting ready to fight, and Arjuna wanted Krishna to take in the middle of the battlefield. Can you see the chariot? And also beautifully it is drawn, right? So nicely, everything is so detailed, they have mentioned. So you can all see that so beautifully it is there. So what all are there? Can anybody just tell me?
Kapidwaja.
Kapidwaja, very nice.
And there are 5 horses.
Yes. And then?
Golden chariot.
Yes. Yes. Someone else? See the Gandhi there's so many things are there. We'll just discuss that later on. Okay. So beautifully it has been arranged. It looks so nice and all, right? So this is the Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra is actually very pious place. From olden days, it was being considered that it is very pious place. During solar eclipse and all, they used to go and meditate there and take bath, and that was very holy place. That is why it is called as Kurukshetra. This war was placed in Kurukshetra. Everybody knows that, right? So dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, quality of a guru. So you understand why you need a guru, why you need a teacher, why do you need a guru. So there are so many books and all. You can just read it and become experts, no? Why don't you do that? Everybody needs a guru, right?
Yes,
even in school, yeah. Even though we are like we are not able to go to school, but still we do online lectures even in schools and all there. It has been started, right? Because without teacher it is little difficult to understand. Many of them are there, they can read the books and all, but we will have our own imagination. We will visualize the things as per our imagination. We have limited access to particular knowledge, but the guru, maybe he has some good exposure, some different his thought process is different. He will tell you the exact things what is to be taught, right? He has the knowledge, that is why he is guru. So similarly, we also need a perfect guru, right? Quality of good guru is very important. So Arjuna is going to surrender. In second chapter we'll see all that he is requesting Krishna, and he has considered Krishna as a guru. That is why a good good guru is very important. That is why Guru Parampara, wherein the day when Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita and the day we are receiving it, there should be the value should be not lost, right? It should be has whatever was the essence, whatever Krishna spoke that day and today, whatever is there in Bhagavad Gita, that should not be as per your imaginations or whatever you think. That is not like that. Whatever it is being told, that is being carried like that only, this through the Guru Parampara. So we know who is Partha Sarthi. Who is Partha?
Krishna.
Partha is Arjuna, right? Sarathi is the charioteer, right? Like you can say a driver. But when the Lord is, the Lord decided, Lord accepted the position to become the chariot of Arjuna, that is with love and affection. Krishna can do anything for his devotees, right? He accepted that. Otherwise, why will the Lord become his charioteer, right? It is because of his Krishna's mercy, because of the love, he accepts his devotees. Whatever his devotees requests him with love, with affection, Krishna is accepting it. So why ISKCON? Bhagavad Gita has it is from. Why do we instruct? Why do we request people to just read Bhagavad Gita from ISKCON? Why? Because it is from Guru Parampara. It is very important. Like somebody is saying something and I have some imagination and I write that, the commentaries and the shlokas and all would be the same, but the commentary which has been written by non-devotee and devotee, it would differ, right or wrong?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, definitely, right. Because the non-devotee will think as per his imagination. He will think, oh, I am great, I have lot of knowledge and all. And a devotee would be very humble and he would be taking up the things as per his guru has instructed him. Like Prabhupada, because his guru instructed him to go and to Western countries at that age. Otherwise, nowadays people after 50, 60 only, they are so tired. They'll think, oh, I'm so tired. I'm feeling during old age, people are so weak. They are not able to do, they are always sick and all, right? So still Prabhupada did not take up that. He took the mission and he went to Western countries. While going also, he was having so much health issues, right? But still he has accomplished that mission. That too, he didn't had lot of money and he took and went and completed that. It was very less money, that was insignificant, but still only because Krishna's mercy was there, only because Krishna has empowered him, he could do it. The message of Krishna must come via an unbroken chain of disciplic succession. So how can you explain with this? See, this is a charger, okay? It is connected. So if it is being connected and suppose the wire is broken somewhere, will it get charged?
No, Mataji.
No, right? It won't charge. It won't charge. So similarly, when the Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna 5,000 years ago, will that message come directly to us the same way when the chain is not there, right? It won't come, right? Similarly, the charger will also not get connected and won't be charged, it would not be charged. Similarly, the Bhagavad Gita, the essence whichever was spoken that time, we would not be the, it would be lost in between only. Somebody have you played that game, like we keep on saying something to somebody and keep on passing that message from one ears to another, one person to another, and
it's
finally the
whispers?
yes, finally the word is totally different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mataji.
because it was, yeah, because we are not attentive, and we keep on passing to some as per their imagination. They listen something and they speak something. It is not like that. It should be from Guru Parampara. So whatever the essence, whatever the information is passed, it is passed as per Guru Parampara. So this is the Guru Parampara which we can see from Krishna. It has gone to Brahmaji. From you all know Brahmaji was born from Vishnu only, Krishna only.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, from the lotus stem, Brahmaji was born, right? And Brahmaji, Narad Muni was born from him. He was his son. And then you can just see the Parampara, Bhakti Vinoda Swami. So these are all the Guru Paramparas, the Acharya, and our Prabhupada is the 32nd Acharya from this Guru Parampara. This prominent Acharyas are only instructed, that is why he is 32nd. Otherwise, there are many more Acharyas. Okay, systematic study of Gita. It is a vast book. You all know that almost 1,000 pages would be there in Bhagavad Gita. It depends, like some are the fonts are big and some are small. So it almost 1,000 pages. So if you study that systematically, if you take it, and there are almost how many shlokas? Who can tell me?
700.
700. Very nice. Hari Bol. Everybody knows that. That's good. On all Ekadashis, we also chant 700 shlokas. If anybody is very fluent in any of the chapters, they can give me their names so that I can just include in coming Ekadashis or after that. Because already I think next Ekadashi it is already full. So you can just give me your names for the coming one. Okay. So it takes almost...
I know the first chapter.
Very nice. Okay, you can recite today. Okay, in between shlokas will come, I'll give you chance. Okay, so systematically, if you study it, it will take almost a year. But we are just doing it in 18 days. This is just to focus on the flow of the thoughts between Krishna and Arjuna. You can know exactly the summary, what is there. Then you can go for detailed studies, right? The objective is to prepare one for deeper study of Gita. So you can just continue your journey and keep on studying. So unbroken chain is what? When an apple is there in the tree and it is plucked properly and it is passed on, like this boy is going up and just climbing and picking up the fruit very nicely. He could have also thrown some stone or he could have pulled some stick and he could have done. Yes, it would be damaged, no? So similarly, Guru Parampara is very important. The information which was spoken that time, long back, that is just passing on till now. That is why it is very important that we follow Guru Parampara. We take up informations from the proper source. So Bhagavad Gita is like a sun. So in front of sun, if you light 1,000 candles or you put some torch, light, will that exist? Will that have any significance? No, right? So Bhagavad Gita, in front of Bhagavad Gita, everything is faded, right? Or so many things, whatever is there in front of Bhagavad Gita, it is nothing. So you can understand that so powerful Bhagavad Gita is. It is like the sun, right? So we can understand it is so powerful. So when sometimes what happens, we eat something and we spill in the floor. Like here the boy is eating noodles and the plate is fallen down and the floor has become dirty. When he wants to clean it, what will he do? He'll go and get the mop. He start cleaning it. Okay, when he's cleaning it, even the mop becomes dirty. He's trying to clean it. Doesn't it become dirty?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, right? The mop becomes very dirty and he needs to clean it, to use it, reuse it again. But when suppose a dirty glass of water is there or something is fallen on the floor and everything is wet with muddy things and all. And what happens during the day, afternoon time, when the sun has come, the evaporation process goes very fast, and the water, everything is very clean. Now the evaporation has happened and the water is evaporated. Will the sun become dirty because the muddy water was there? Will the sun become dirty? No, right? The bacteria which are there on the floor, on in the glass, that could evaporate, but the sun is not going to become dirty. Similarly, nothing can, but the negativity which we have in our mind, in our heart, that all will be purified if you just get along with, just keep on reading Bhagavad Gita, get the information. All your negativity will be taken out, right? So that is why Bhagavad Gita is very important. So this we are going to see the family tree. This actually, the slide is little different. The new slide, I have just not downloaded it. I'll do it tomorrow. Okay, so this is the family tree. So we all know Kauravas. Who are Kauravas? Dhritarashtra, correct. Yes, Dhritarashtra and his sons. They were actually, both were Kauravas only. They were from the same family, but they considered themselves to be Kauravas, and they differentiated Pandu. Pandu was there were three of them, right? Vyasadeva, from Vyasadeva, three of them were there, because their mother was not. Yes, three of them were there. He was Vyasadeva. Because of them, three of them were there. He is their father. And then Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura, three of them were there. Vidura was maid servant's son. That's why he was not given the he was not in the, you can say, he was not eligible to get the kingdom. But both of them, they were, Pandu and Dhritarashtra were the brothers. And even though Dhritarashtra was elder one, but he was blind from his birth. That's why Pandu was ruling the kingdom. And but after some time, what he had to go to the forests and do some tapasya and all. So he left everything and he went, because he was going through some problems. So he wanted to go and do some japa and all. So he left the kingdom to Dhritarashtra, and he went. And after that, Dhritarashtra, he thought that this kingdom only belongs to me. He was not ready to, and because his son was also like that. He was blind, and mentally also he became very blind. He was very much affectionate to his son. And then, so you all know, from Dhritarashtra, how many kids were there?
100.
101, it seems. One was the girl also. And from Pandus, how many were there? Five of them. This is the family tree. So the first chapter is only about observing the army, right? So it is just going to explain you how in the battlefield, many of them are there, and they have different reaction for the same situation, right? Somebody is very anxious, somebody is very not understanding what to do, some are fearful, and some are becoming very compassionate. So we are just going to see what is there in the battlefield. They are observing each and everybody here. So in this, the Bhagavad Gita, there is a division which has been explained here. There are almost 700 shlokas. So 82% was spoken by the Lord himself, Shri Krishna. It is 574. And Arjuna spoke only 12%. That is 84 shlokas. And even Sanjaya spoke 84%. How many percent? He spoke? How many shlokas? Yes, he spoke only 41 shlokas, and only one shloka was spoken by Dhritarashtra, right? So we can just see, yes, who knows that shloka? Yes, after that, yes, I'll ask you to read. Wait, okay. Yeah. So now Arjuna is requesting Krishna to take the chariot in the middle of the battlefield, and Krishna took that. And Arjuna was in a difficulty in having to fight, because when he saw that the situation, personally, he has decided, right? Everything was there. Like, you have decided you have to go and write your exam, and everything is there. And the end movement, when you have to write your exam, you are just worried and you don't want to do it. So that is the situation of Arjuna here. So he is also requesting Krishna that please take me to in the middle of the battlefield so that I can just look at it. Just a moment. And he was little getting tensed. And then what happened in the middle of the battlefield in the Kurukshetra, he finally, after speaking to Krishna and after discussing so many things, and he finally surrendered to Krishna and he requested him to guide him. And after 45 minutes, he decided that, okay, I'll take up I'll take up whatever you are saying, I'll take up that and start to fight. So now here one story is there, Garuda and a sparrow. Can you see the Garuda? Garuda is also there. Garuda, you all know who is Garuda?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Vishnu's Vahan.
Yes, we all know, right?
Mataji.
Vishnu's Vahan, very nice. So that was there, and a sparrow was there, a small sparrow. Can you see a small sparrow? It had laid its egg here somewhere, okay? And what happened near the seashore? So what happened? Definitely the waves will come and go continuously, you know. Sometimes it will come till here and sometimes very far and sometimes small waves keeps on coming. But somewhere it had laid some egg here and the water was just coming and going, and in between the waves took its egg and it went inside the water and it started crying and yelling and it had a faith that yes, it will get it. It had faith in the Lord and it warned the seashore, it warned the sea that please return my eggs, otherwise I'm going to empty it. And it started emptying the water through its beak. Can the small sparrow do that?
No.
Is that possible? No, it is not possible. We can't even imagine. Even after getting thousands of liters, the water is not going to, it is not going to get emptied. But it was trying to do it. It had determination. It had firm faith that yes, it will do it. It wanted the sea and it wanted the eggs in return. But then the Garuda saw that because it was very compassionate, because it is a great devotee of the Lord. It came and asked it, and he became very compassionate. He asked for the help, and Garuda also tried to help him, and he also instructed the sea, and he requested the sea. And being a great devotee, Vishnu is definitely going to support him. That's why the sea also thought about it, and he returned the egg to the sparrow. So that is why we should have firm faith. Unless and until we don't have faith, nothing can be that powerful, right? So we have faith. We believe in all the books which are there, like social studies, history, geography. Do you believe that yes, Australia is somewhere, or the world war has happened in history and all? Everything we believe, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So why do we believe it? Because it has been, even though it has been written by human, it is not written by Lord, still we believe it. We think yes, it has happened. That is the fact. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna himself. Everything is still now present. The Kurukshetra is there. Whatever place it has been, the Vrindavan is there. So, or whatever places are there, Mathura is there. So these all places still there. The existence is still there. So we should have firm faith that yes, Bhagavad Gita was spoken by the Lord, and we should have the faith. Otherwise, no, nothing can. We can't get advanced in bhakti. Otherwise, it is of no use. It would just become the storybook. It is not like that. We should be very faithful. We should have a perfect faith, and we should have perfect belief in it. Whatever it is there, you should have the firm faith. Yes, God will definitely help me. God is there. He is going to instruct me. When you surrender to Lord also become very compassionate. Like when Arjuna requested Krishna is ready to do whatever he's saying, right? So now here the Arjuna Vishada Yoga, this chapter is also called like that. So here they are observing the battlefield. Here Arjuna is observing the battlefield and seeing what is going on. Yes, 1.1. Yes, Shrinika.
Yes, Mataji. Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmakshetre kurukshetre samavetayutsavaha mamakaha pandavaschaiva kimma kurvata Sanjaya.
Very nice. Yes, Divya.
Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmakshetre kurukshetre samavetayutsavaha mamaka pandavaschaiva kimakurvata Sanjaya.
Yes, Anushka, you want to chant?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, chant.
धृतराष्ट्रवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुत्सवः मामकाः पाण्डवश्चैव किमकुर्वत सञ्जय.
Very nice. Yes, so we can all chant after me. Please chant. This is the homework. Okay, you can all recite tomorrow. धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामकाः पाण्डवाश्चैव किम् अकुर्वत संजय. Yes, chant everyone.
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः
किमकुर्वत सञ्जय.
Very nice. If somebody wants to chant, please raise your hand. 1 or 2 kids we can just take. Nobody wants to chant? Okay. No problem. Yes, try. Who didn't get chance, they can try. Okay, no problem. Yes, who's reading it? Yeah, yes, chant.
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामकाः पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत सञ्जय.
Very nice. Yes, read the translation. Who's reading?
Can I?
Yes, yes.
Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do?
Yes. Now see, when you go for exam, will your mother ask, oh, what is my son doing? He'll write exam only, no? Right? Son or daughter who has, yes. But here, Dhritarashtra's question is very insignificant. He is asking Sanjaya, after my son and sons of Pandus, here also he has differentiated, right? Even though Pandavas were his nephews, but still he didn't consider them at that Kaurava. He was considering them that Pandavas, right? So he differentiated them. He never considered them that they are eligible. They are part of his own family. They are also, even though they were the brother's son, but that he should have that affection and love for them also. But he was not. He was only affectionate towards his son. Right? And he was asking, assembled in the place of pilgrimage, which is that place Kurukshetra. Which is that place Kurukshetra, where the fight, they have decided that they are going to fight there in that place. And that is the religious place, right? Everything right has to happen in that place. That is the place where everything good is going to happen. Religious things are going to happen. And Krishna is present personally there. So desiring to fight, what did they do? He's confused whether that place will give some, make his kids or Pandavas something so that they just leave the war and they go off, or whether my sons have decided something else. He was just thinking about will the place give some influence, because even though he was sure that his sons are not going to compromise, but maybe Pandavas would compromise. He was thinking in that way, because they were from childhood, they were very they were always following the regulative principles. They used to always do right things, right? So they were very virtuous people. They used to never harm anybody. They used to do very perfect things. So he knew that they are never going to lie. They are not going to cheat. So he was thinking on that front, and he was thinking that they are not going to fight or they are going to fight. He was just waiting for that to know exactly what is going in the battlefield. And Vyasadeva had given a virtual vision to Sanjaya. Sanjaya was a student, right? We all know that Sanjaya could sit in where was he sitting? Was he near the Kurukshetra just watching there with some camera or something like that? No, right? He was sitting in the palace where Dhritarashtra was there. Yes, Hastinapur. He was sitting in the Hastinapur, and he could just visualize. See, can you see? Because he had given the Divya Netra, he was given by Vyasadeva. Because of his mercy, he could see. Actually, Vyasadeva wanted to give divine eyes to him also. but he didn't accepted it because he was saying, I didn't know, and he was not that fortunate enough also. That was also the reason, and that's why he didn't get the vision. He said, I don't know any of them, because through touch, because he would only touch his sons and he would just listen to his voice, their voice, then only he knew that they are Pandavas or Kauravas or Dhritarashtra or Yudhishthira. Otherwise, he has never seen anybody. So that is why he thought that, how could I see in the battlefield, I couldn't touch them. I can't even listen to their voice. How could I know them? That's what he was thinking. That's why he requested Vyasadeva to give divine eyes to Sanjaya, and then he could just visualize, he could see everything very clearly, perfectly, everything, whatever was happening. Like now digitally we are so advanced that we can just see things like that, but they were more advanced than them. It was totally whatever, he could also hear the voice, everything, whatever was happening there, he could just see that. So he has a different reaction. Can you see his face? Was he happy or anxious? What is its reaction? Worried?
Ma'am, I guess he's worried.
Yes, he's worried. He's just thinking what is going on, very, very much anxious, right? So similarly, when the milk is there, like milk, when milk is there, even the water, everything is combined, no? Can you differentiate it?
No, ma'am.
Right? When the milk is there and water is there, everything is combined. But when there is some problems, like in the family also, we all are united once. But when we have some difference of opinion, when we have some fighting, there is a separation, right? Similarly, the milk also gets spoiled. When the spoiled milk is there, the water part contents becomes different, and the paneer like content gets accumulated, right? So you can just see that the Kauravas and Pandavas, they had some difference of opinion and they become separated. They have different opinion, and finally the end product is going to become very nice. Like that, after the fighting, the everything, whatever wrong is going to happen, that is going to go off, and the right thing is to happen. So dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta. So here it is. So mamakaha pandavaschaya kim akurvata Sanjaya. He is asking Sanjaya, what are my sons and Pandava's sons they are doing there, even though they are belongs to the same family. He is differentiating them. Yes, who wants to chant 1.2?
Ma'am, can
Yes,
I?
yes, Divya.
Sanjaya Uvacha Drishtva tu Pandavanekam Yuddham Duryodhanastata Acharya Upasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravit.
Yes, who is reading the translation? Yes, chant.
Sanjay Uvacha Drishtva tu Pandavanikam Vyudham Duryodhanastada Acharyam Upasanghamyam Raja Vachanam Abravit.
Very nice. Yes, who is reading the translation quickly?
Me, ma'am.
Yes, read.
Sanjaya said, O king, after looking over my army arranged in military
Formation.
by the sons of Pandu, King Duryodhana went to his teacher and spoke the following words.
Yes. Now what happened? Sanjay is now commenting. He's giving some. He's telling him what is happening there. Okay. So the king is saying to Dhritarashtra that after looking over the army, both the armies, we saw the picture, right? Both the armies are placed. They are just standing straight and with all their weapons ready to fight, right? So everything is arranged very properly and nicely. They have arranged in military formation by the sons of Pandus. He's a little jealous also, and just seeing what is happening so nicely. They didn't had much property also. They're not going to give them any kingdom. That's what Duryodhana said. They are not going to give inch of the land also of the needle. You can see the tip of the needle, how big it is.
Very, very tiny.
Yes, it's just a dot, right? It's so small, minute. He was saying, I'm not going to give that also. Krishna requested him that, okay, you don't give the kingdom, okay? At least give 5 villages. but still he didn't accept it. He accepted that. So that is why they were not right people. They were not righteous people. That's why Krishna had to take up this charge and do it. Fight. Finally, they decided that they are going to fight. So Duryodhana went to his teacher. Who is his teacher?
Dronacharya.
Yes, very nice. Dronacharya. He went to his teacher Dronacharya and spoke the following words. See, can you see his expression? We'll see his expression. What do you think about him?
Ma'am, he's
Yes, he's very shocked, shocked and fearful. Why shocked? Because he was not expecting that so nicely they would arrange the army so nicely with proper arrangement, lot of people properly, which direction people should stand. Everything was arranged very nicely. So he was confused and surprised that there were not much of the soldiers there. They didn't had many people. Here he was thinking Dronacharya is there and Pitama Bhishma is there, Kripacharya is there. I have many big commanders and all. He was thinking that he's going to win, but when he saw that position, he became very fearful. The same battlefield has different reaction. Can we see that? So he is just fearful and anxious about it. In 1.3, yes, Divya, you can chant.
Yes, ma'am. Pashyetam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamum Yuddham Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata.
Very nice. You know who is Drupada?
Can I chant, Mataji?
Yes, chant.
Pasyaitam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamu Yudhano
Drupada Putrena.
Tava Shishyena Dhimata.
Very nice. Yes, who is reading this translation?
Me, ma'am.
Yes, read.
Oh, my teacher,
Just take care of your background noise. Yeah. Yes, Pushti, you read.
Mataji, can I read?
Yes, read.
Yes. O my teacher, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada.
Yeah. Who is the son of Drupada? Drishtadumna. Okay, so yeah, Drupada was the friend of Dronacharya. Okay, they had some problems and they've had some fight, and finally everything was sorted. But still, they had that grudge inside them. But Dronacharya, even though he was his friends, even though he was friend, but he was now the enemy. They had some disagreement. But still, when his son, Drupada wanted to send his son to Acharya, because Dronacharya was only his teacher. When he requested him to become his teacher, he also very generously, he taught everything to all the military formation, how you should do, what are the art of fighting and all, everything he taught him. So that is why he's just trying to, diplomatically, he's trying to tell him, oh, see how you have, so nicely you have taught him. Now see, he is only backfiring you. You have given some advice and now he's backfiring you. He's trying to, diplomatically, he's trying to say, he didn't say directly, but he's saying that so nicely your son of Drupada, he has arranged so expertly. That is Drishtadumna. He is arranged so nicely, intelligently he's done. So he's just trying to blame him, but at the same time, not becoming harsh, but trying to politely say him. Yes, in 1.15, is someone? Panchajanyam Rishikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya. Yes, want to chant?
Can I?
Yes, chant.
Panchajanyam Rishikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya Poundram Dadmau Mahashankam Bhimakarma Vrikodaraha.
Yes, very nice. Yes, Anushka.
Panchajanyam Rishikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya Poundram Dadmo Mahashankam Bhimakarma Vrikodaraha.
So we are seeing here the Shankas. What is the Shanka?
V.
Yes, conch shell. Very nice. It's conch shell. So everyone has their own conch shells. Can you can you read this?
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, you already got the chance. No, someone else?
Can I?
Yes, 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 yes. Pushti.
Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called
Panchajanya. Panchajanya.
Arjun blew the Devata and Bhima,
Devadatta.
and Bhima, the voracious eater, in performance of Herculean tasks, blew his terrific conch shell called
Poundra. Poundra. Yes. So these are the different conch shells of different people, right? Now Krishna, Lord has his own conch shell called Panchajanya. Lord's conch shell name is Panchajanya, and Arjuna blew his Devadatta. Arjuna's conch shell is Devadatta, and Bhima, who eats so much, and he does lot of hard work also, lot of work also he can do, 1,000 people's work he can do. So his terrific conch shell name is Poundra. Okay, so these are the only 3 conch shells which we are discussing. There are a lot of other, even Dronacharya has different conch shells, and Pitama Bhim have different conch shells. So there are different names for it. And now we are just chanting this. Who is yes, Divya, chant 1.19.
Yeah. सघोषोदार्तराष्ट्राणां हृदयानि व्यदारयत् नभश्च पृथिवी चैव तुमुलो बहुनादयन्.
Yes, very nice. Okay, who yes, read, someone read this.
Can I?
Yes, Gia.
Blowing of the different conch shells shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra.
Now, when the conch shell was blew, everything was like as if everything was stagnant, stopped there. And the Dhritarashtra's son, who is Dhritarashtra's son? Any 2 names you can tell. Only 2 names usually we know.
Duryodhana.
And yes, very nice. Yes. So Drishtadumna is not. Yes. And one more brother was there, no? Dushasana, who pulled the sari off. Yes. So you all, there are so many other, there are 100 of them, but we don't know everyone's name, but we can just say, remember
That is
few of
even
them.
Vikarna.
Yes, Vikarna is there. Very nice. It has been mentioned in this first chapter. It is there. There are many people. Okay, so many names are there in that chapter. Many of them. So the blowing of different conch shells shattered the heart of son of Dhritarashtra. So they were just becoming fearful. We saw the picture of Duryodhana also. He was little anxious, angry, and very worried. So fearful. So many reactions in the same different people. In 1.21 to 22, Arjuna is saying, Arjuna, watch, who is chanting this?
I know this, can I chant?
Yes, chant.
Arjuna uvacha senayorubayormadde ratam stapamaheshuta vyadam etan niriksheham yodukhamanavastitan kermaya saha yodavyam asmin ranasamudyame.
Very nice. Yes, Divya. Yes, Divya, chant.
अर्जुन उवाच सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युत यावनेतामिरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामानवस्थित कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे. Very nice. Yes. So Senayor Ubhayor Madhye in the sense in the middle of the battlefield. Now Arjuna is requesting Krishna, please, oh infallible one. That is Achyuta. He is also, Krishna has thousands of names, right? From that, Achyuta means infallible one. Even though he has become the charioteer, he has decided, he has accepted that position. He is taking up that position, but still he is called as Achyuta because he is infallible one. Whatever he does, he is not going to come down to our platform, our level, right? He is always going to be the Lord. Please draw my chariot between the 2 armies. We saw the pictures so that I may see those present, because many of them have, even though they were
all relatives, right? They are from the same family. They would have a common friends also. Like you have lot of friends. Your friend's friend is also your friend, right? You also have a common friends and all. So similarly, everybody is known to them. Now both the parties have decided to fight. Arjuna is little wanting to see who all have come here to desire to fight, and that too they knew that they are doing wrong thing, because that property also belongs to them, but they are ready to fight with Duryodhana, the Dhritarashtra, and not give the property to them, right? They are ready to fight for the unreligious thing, wrong things. But he's just wanting to see who has come here and with whom I must contend in this great trade. So he's ready to fight for that. In that army, he wanted to see with whom I have to fight. So he's just looking at that, observing the battlefield. 1.23. Who is chanting this? Yes, Divya, chant.
युध्यमानानवीक्षेऽहं ययेतेऽत्र समागता धर्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेः युद्धे प्रियचिकेशव.
Very nice. Yes. So this is a translation. Who is reading?
Mataji, can I read?
Yes, read.
Let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra.
Yes, because they are evil-minded. No, when they are not ready to give their, even though that property belongs to them also, they are not ready to give. That is, they are evil-minded also. The son of Dhritarashtra, they are evil-minded. They are not ready to give them. So we can see it so beautifully. The chariot is there. Everything is so beautiful, right? Krishna is there, Arjuna is there, everything is very nice. So they are just wanting to fight now. In 1.26, yes, Divya, chant. Yes, Kya, you know this? Okay. Divya, you can chant.
Ma'am, I'm not sure of this one.
Okay, no problem. Tatra Pashya. Yes, Tatra Pashyatita Partao. So they are saying, he is describing who all are there. Pitra, Atra Pitamahan. So Pitamaha, we all know, Bhishma, Pitamaha. So he's saying all of them are there. Acharyam, Matulam, Bhratran. So Acharyam, brothers, all are there. Potran. So even the grandsons are also there. Sakhim, and even friends are there. Swashuran, and even the Sashurans means your in-laws, like your father-in-laws are also there, and even your friends. Dridam Chaiva Senayorubhayorapi. So there he is describing all of them. So here there Arjuna could see within the midst of the armies of both the parties, his fathers, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, and also his father-in-laws and well-wishers. So he is just explaining that who all are there and I have to fight with them. Yes, do you know this? Yes, 1.29. Who wants to chant?
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, chant.
Vepatuscha sharire me romaharshascha jayate gandivam shramshrate hastad vakchaiva prahidayate.
Yes. So now Arjuna is describing that I am feeling so, my whole body is trembling, my hair is standing. When you are in ecstasy or very fearful, you get goosebumps and all, right? Sometimes when you're fearful and you're anxious and sometimes very shocked. Yes, something like that happens. So his whole body was trembling and his hair is standing on end. And my bow, Gandiva, is slipping from my hand. Arjuna is saying that. And my skin is burning because of, he's becoming little anxious and very worried. What is going to happen? I have to fight with all of them. My father-in-laws, my sons and my nephews and my grandsons, so many of them are there. Do you know what was the age of Arjuna and Krishna during this battlefield? Somewhere?
Krishna maybe 40 or 50.
No, he was in 90s. Even he had grandsons, okay? Even Arjuna was of similar age, some little younger to him, somewhere during that page only. Even he had sons and grandsons.
Even Arjuna should be old, no, Mataji. How
Yes,
come
yes, he
he's
was.
young?
No, he was also old. He was also somewhere during that time. The lifespan was little high, no, and but Krishna never became old. He's always Nav Yuvana. Yes, he used to always look at like 20, 21, somewhere like that. So different reaction we saw. So Dhritarashtra had a different reaction. Arjuna was compassionate and he was just shocked. He was lamenting. He was trying to understand, how should I fight with all of them and all, right? And here we have a fearful Duryodhana. He was also fearful, anxious. So 5 reasons Arjuna said that I'm not going to fight. How can I fight? So anybody
Family
knows?
relation.
Yes, very nice.
Family
So we can just first of all, first reason which he gave in 1.28 shloka. Yes, that is compassion. He was very compassionate. How should I? Yes, how should I kill them? How could I fight? Yes, then he's saying that.
Family
Yes,
tradition.
he's saying that even though if I win also, there would not be. How can I enjoy? Like how could I enjoy without my family members? In 1.31, he's saying that even if I kill my teachers and my grandfathers and sons, and yes, he's saying I'll end up doing sinful activity. He was saying that everything family tradition would be also lost. That is also one of the reasons. And then he was saying, and he's saying I'm not able to decide, indecision. He was saying in 2.6, he's saying I'm also, he's crying also. See, can you see his tears coming out? Yes, he's becoming very compassionate. When you see a beggar in the street, do you become compassionate? You feel, oh bichara, he doesn't have his hands, heads and all. We become compassionate and we gave money to them. Like that, Arjuna was little compassionate and he's wanted to help others. And here he's saying that there is no enjoyment. Like if you go to some amusement park and if you don't have your friends and all, with whom you're going to enjoy? Even though amusement park is, everything is there, but you will not enjoy, no? With whom you enjoy? It is not only the amusement park, with your friends you enjoy, right?
Without our friends or family members.
Yes, we will not enjoy. And even sinful activity, like he's going to kill his own relatives, his grandfather, his relatives. He's thinking that I'll be doing some sinful, like we are stealing something from our home, like you are trying to pick up something from your brother's or father's pocket. That's not right. That is sinful activity. And here the family tradition is also lost. Everything, people are going to, yes, family tradition, because nobody is there, the elder people are not there, and how would the kids understand what is right and what is wrong? They'll do as per their, whatever they feel that is right, they'll do it. And he's not able to take the decision whether I should do fight or not fight. So what is right, what is wrong, he's trying to understand, wanted to know that. Yes, 1.46, anybody wants to chant? Yes, Divya, you know? Yes, chant.
Eva Muktvari Eva Yuktarjunaschaiva.
Sankhya. Sanjaya Vacha. Yes, chant. Slowly chant.
Eva Yuktarjunas Sankhye Ratopaksa Upavishat
Visrajya. Yeah, chant. Visrajya Sasaram Chakam.
Shoka Samvikna Manasaha.
Very nice. Yes. Yes, read the translation also.
Mataji,
Can I chant?
Yes.
Arjuna,
having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bow and arrows and sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief.
Yes, now he is little worried and he was just understanding what to do, and he's lamenting because of the 5 reasons, and he kept his bow and arrow and he sat in the middle and his mind overwhelmed with grief. He was very much, when we are very sad, we are in overwhelm of grief, no? He's thinking that situation he was in. And why did Arjuna, even though so many problems he was saying, that 5 reasons he was saying, but still Arjuna won the war. Why do we know the reason?
had Lord Krishna.
Yes, when Krishna is there. And the first reason was Dharma Kshetra, where the war was, where the place of war was. What is the name of the place?
Kurukshetra.
Kurukshetra. Very nice. That is Dharma Kshetra. Okay. Dharma, where Dharma has to win. That is Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra. Okay. And then the second is divine chariot. You all know who gave this chariot to them?
Ma'am,
Fire
Indra,
god.
I guess.
Yes, fire god. Very nice. Yes. And then the Kapidwaja. Can you see? Hanumanji. Yes. So,
Yes,
like
Mataji.
with Sri Ram, in which yuga Sri Ram had come? Anybody knows? Treta Yuga. That time Hanumanji helped Sri Ram, even though there was no need for Sri Ram to get the help of, he could have just done it on his own, but to give the pleasure to his devotees, like Hanumanji is a great devotee of the Lord Sri Ram. So he wanted to give the power. Yes. Yes, beta say. Yes, Kapidwaja. And then Shankanadha. Shankha is what? Conch shell. And we saw different of them all blew their own conch shells. Yes, which is the conch shell of Krishna, Shri Krishna?
Panchajanya.
Yes, anybody remembers Arjuna's? Devadatta. Very nice. And Bhima? And Bhima's? Pound drum. Very nice. And we know that which is this Gandiva?
Arjuna's
Yes, very nice. Arjuna's bow, right? Very nice. So, and then Tyakta Jiva. Which is Tyakta Jiva, you know?
whoever has fighted there.
Whoever is ready to, who is ready to give their life, because in battlefield, like in our Indian army also, like people, many of them, they know that if something happens, they are going to die, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So they are ready to sacrifice their life. That is, they are called as Tyakta Jiva. They are ready to sacrifice their own life. Many people are there too. Yeah, and that was also, and yeah, it is. Yes, it is very significant day for all the devotees. Ekadashis are very significant for all the devotees. They can alleviate during their spiritual journey. So Mokshada Ekadashi was also there on that day. And Bhagyalakshmi, who is Bhagyalakshmi?
Rishikesha's wife.
Yes, she's
which-
Mahalakshmi, goddess of fortune, you can say. Sita Devi, you can say. So that
Radharani.
So Radharani is also there. So wherever Krishna is there, definitely Radharani is there. Wherever Vishnu is there, Lakshmi is always there. So Rishikesha is there, Lakshmi has to always there. Who is Rishikesha? Is Lord himself, who controls your senses. He is called Rishikesha. He controls all your senses. He is the Rishikesha. These are the 9 reasons because of which Arjuna won the war. You all know that, right? So we can understand from this picture. So Hanumanji is also going and helping Arjuna also, right? So these are the 5 subject matter of Bhagavad Gita. That is Ishvara, right? Ishvara is what? Lord. Yes, God. Jiva is, yes, Jiva. Yes, very nice. So yes. So, yes, Ishvara is the Lord, Jiva is the living entity, Prakriti is the nature, material nature, Kala is the time, and Karma is your activity, what you do. These are the 5 subject matter, okay? You should just remember this. So, first is the Lord, then the living entity Jiva, then the Prakriti nature, then the Kala, that is time, and the activity, the Karma, which you do. What is the takeaway message?
Bhagavad Gita is our life manual.
Very nice.
And
5
5 subjects matters in Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
Reasons for Arjuna's lamentation.
Yes. So, yeah, can you tell me 5 subject matter of Bhagavad Gita?
No
Why
enjoyment.
Ishvara, Kala,
Yes.
Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma.
Very nice. Yes. And 5 reasons Arjuna lamenting?
No compassion, no enjoyment, sin, family tradition,
No enjoyment.
indecision.
Very nice. Very nice.
Arjuna's
9 reasons for Arjuna's victory.
Krishna,
Dharma Kshetra,
Chariot,
Kapidwaja,
Lord Krishna,
and Mokshada Ekadashi, Bhagyalakshmi,
Ekadashi,
and Divine Chariot, Tyakta
Yes.
Jiva.
Rishikesha, Bhagya,
Yes. Very nice. I'll just give you the attendance. Please mark your attendance. Everybody quickly. Okay, just a moment.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, please everybody mark your attendance. Take your quizzes. If you have any difficulty, please let me know. You can WhatsApp me or you can just go through the videos which has been shared. And please everyone mark your attendance. Without marking your attendance, please don't leave. This is the attendance key. Click on the link. First you click on the link. Who has not marked yesterday, just let me know. And you can send me the screenshot of your, you have logged in. You have taken up, try to do that. You just send me the screenshot, okay? Just everyone, please mark your attendance.
Mataji, can you send the quizzes link?
Yes, quizzes link and all we will send you in a while.